Scad, you're good, right?
I'm here.
Okay, cool.
What's up?
Nothing. You just clicked on your profile to turn your volume down, and that's really funny. I'm going to retcon from that bad, horrid ass roll, and give you a memory. Because I think it makes sense. You guys went through enough of a challenge. You deserve a memory.
True. They spent hours on that
Yippee!
monster.
They did spend hours on that monster. As I should have given it a name, but I didn't, because I'm a fucking idiot.
That's okay. What better time to do it than in the moment?
No. No.
About time to say blank.
Oh. Okay, we...
Funnily enough, in mine, the NPCs are the ones getting 90% of the memories, even if they don't kill as many things.
Cinema.
Like a villain.
Finland does not have any memories. Like, well, he doesn't have many memories.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, I don't know who you talking about.
In his game, PJ,
Yeah,
did you take out too much blood and now you can't fucking think?
it happens sometimes.
Probably.
You get like a little unbalanced, a little nauseous.
Yeah.
Lip
Give me
fart.
back my shiny, dude.
But yes, you are going to get a memory. The name is pending. As I realize I've been so busy, I forgot to give fucking your dagger a memory, Sitlali. Yeah, whatever. Hopefully I will remember to do that next time. Because if I don't, whoopsies. Anyways. But yeah. The memory is a weapon. Yippee. There are some other notes to it, but I will only bring them up once Scad brings it out.
That's nice.
Yep. Let me check that that's... Darkness. I cast darkness on the recording. So I can check Scad's runes. Um, Okay, cool. Darkness be undone. So, Sitlali.
Yep.
You just doing the normal as you're adventuring through things.
Of course. I need to.
Or
Yeah. If I end up in any encounters, of course I can try out the thing because it doesn't matter, really. It doesn't make much of a difference whether I use a weapon or my fists.
Mm-hmm. I
It's
mean,
either +0 to hit or -2 to hit. The damage is going to be the same. But yeah, the usual of looking out.
we changed the music from ominous to something else. Ominous screeching go. Ugh.
Yes. Very familiar with this one.
As you're keeping an eye out, doesn't seem there's too much generally. Do you want to give me a perception?
Sure. Ooh. Oh no. That bodes misfortune.
You rolled well, and so now you see the problems where you wouldn't have before, and so now suddenly, no. Oh yes, but no.
You see too much. Corruption. No.
Just immediate death. Your character dies.
I'm sorry.
Worse than dies, your character actively turns into a threat that will fight the other party members.
Yippee!
And currently it's just me and Mary.
No. If that ever does happen, by the way, I will actively hand over a sheet to the person and say, kill your other party members. Because I ain't no
Oh.
bitch.
You know what? I would be sad, but I wouldn't be too terribly upset. Just because of that.
Mm. If I'm gonna immediately kill your characters because it ever gets to that point, I say ever, I'm going to. If you ever get to put yourself in a situation where your character immediately fucking dies to corruption, I will actively give you a sheet and be like, here you go, here's a gift, fucking murder it. Like, do what you want, murder your party members.
Plotting.
Mm-hmm. Because if I'm gonna kill you, I'm at least gonna make sure you're a part of the killing.
It would be
Anyways,
funny if someone had a way to do that. You know, it would be terrible. But it would also be like quite the troll moment. They wait for everyone to be like hurt. They pull out like some sort of cursed memory or something, and just lose themselves to corruption and kill them. I'm tired of this crap.
I may not have a brain, gentlemen, but I have not. No. It's from one of the many holes during the day while Mahina's out. It's something you didn't quite. You've noticed it every so often, doesn't seem to be a problem, but sometimes, like, off in the distance, just barely within sight, you'll see a tree move a little bit more than you would expect from just simply wind, as seemingly something is, like, putting pressure upon the tree, you know?
Cool.
That's happening every so often. It's not common, you usually only notice it, like, every few days, and even then it's only for, like, less than maybe a couple seconds, as the trees very quickly right themselves from whatever is pushing them, or affecting them otherwise. Gives you more worry to look up, at least. as something probably isn't doing that from the roots, as it would take a tremendous amount of weight and power to actually move these trees by hitting them at the roots.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unless, of course, those trees happen to be, I don't know, its fingers or something.
That too. Either way, not a good sign, but hey, at least now you know about it to keep an eye out for it.
Indeed. Big things.
But yeah, later that night.
Wait.
Mhm.
I just thought of something else.
Congrats. I'm not gonna lie, I almost did accidentally just hit you with the congrats I didn't know you could think. You can do that? Damn. I've got
Once
more
in
to
a
learn.
while.
Yep.
Yeah, I just thought of a training method that Zilali could do.
Oh, very cool. Fuck. My attention span feels fucking lowered. Like, god damn it. I'm returning to TikTok rot, baby.
Oh no. I cut myself off from that a long time ago.
Yeah.
And now I'm confused. Now I'm confused by like all these new terms and
I don't know
brain rot.
either. I don't know either. Anyways. Yeah. As
Whoa, who's the guy in the party?
Leader. Sorry, my brain is not primed enough to be able to handle stupid jokes like that right now.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine. It's my fault for not getting enough fucking sleep.
Mm.
Like I've been fucking neutered. Anyways. So. Time goes by. Throughout this day. Is that new training method something you can do now, or is it like this is a thing I can do?
Yes, it is. It is actually.
In that case, do you want to share with the class?
Sure. Okay. So I definitely need practice with this little stiletto thing I've got. So I want to try. Basically, I'm gonna have my ball trying to dodge all of the attacks I send its way.
Mm-hmm. Children. Yeah, do you want to give me... just to see generally how good you can hit the thing, and how good the ball dodges. Do you want to give me just an attack roll? And then,
Sure.
A charisma.
The charisma.
Porcupines.
Oh.
The ball doesn't really move much, so it's not hard to hit it, as you try to command it to move, but unless you're like actively commanding it, it doesn't seem like it's really... Honestly, it seems like it is actually actively staying more in place than it normally does, considering it usually orbits around you. You know, you're not quite sure why. You get that distinct feeling that it's almost...
It's almost spiteful.
Yeah, it's like looking at someone and like you can't see it. You can't see it, but it feels like it's turned away from you and just like crossing its arms currently.
Is it pouting at me?
Yeah, something like that. You're not quite sure.
It's either being indignant or being pouty.
Teenage child mood. Bubbles.
Hey, at least I'm getting some low rolls out of the way here.
Yeah. Hopefully that's not indicative of how the rest of the session is going to go.
Yeah. Though knowing me, I usually don't roll high unless it's like a last moment.
And in the last quarter, will they get that? Anyways. As, today, it takes a bit longer for Mahina to, get back after ferrying you from one spot to the other. Over the past few days, it's taken longer and longer as seemingly the spaces between each of these, holes has grown. Previously, where it was at most minutes, has turned into hours. And at this point, seems to be continuing to grow longer and longer. As she comes back just right before sundown. You'll nod a little bit to you and head into the hole. Have you heard the good word of the hole?
I don't believe so.
Too bad.
Are you a Jehovah's Witness?
Ugh. Please do not compare me to such things. Which one?
I
of
don't
you?
even know if he heard it. I don't even know if he heard what I did.
Yeah. As the words brain. I'm just not thinking. I'm literally just staring, like, into the abyss, just 1,000-yard stare, not thinking, okay, brain, can we fucking... Look at me. Okay. Words. Why is this? As the trees recede, thank you. For fuck's sake, I should not have had as hard of a time with that as I did. Oh. Oh, God. As the trees recede and you feel the rumbling of both the rain coming and, you know, the trees disappearing into the ether, or wherever they go. You are left in relative darkness, as if your star is still out, there is a little halo of dull red light within the hole. The hole.
The whole.
1 second. Okay, sorry. I am back.
For the most part, right now, my ball will almost always be out.
Got your ball out. Very good, very good. That was an immature joke. Yeah.
Well,
That
I don't
dull-
have to. So.
That dull red color.
You gotta wait a long while, and then it'll be better.
The dull red light from... Yep. Okay. The dull red glow from the ball covers most of the hole. It's not too big, at most maybe 7 or 10 feet across at its widest. It's very... Considering that this was probably made for a mink, or something of similar size, this is very small as far as the holes go. It's like barely enough for probably one of those things to curl up into a ball. But it's more than enough room for you guys because you're small. Lower than that thing.
I'm kind of thinking of like a photo room, you know,
Mm-hmm.
with the
Yeah.
lighting.
It's next to where the ball is 100%. A bit further away, it's a very dull light. It's not
Darker.
too bright.
Yeah.
So it's very close to that, yeah. Photo room. I'm
I
glad I
forget what
didn't
they're
accidentally just say what my brain thought. I really just said, yummy. I think I have a craving for chemicals. Okay. Anyways. See me on fucking TLC in however many longs. Internet. As you sit within the hole, you and Mahina are the closest to the actual entrance, while Mary is tucked away as far as conceivably possible. Right. Jesus. Mahina will walk up at some point. Probably a good while of at least a couple minutes after the sun has set and it has begun to rain. And she'll look at you. Have you learned how to use your aspect better?
Perhaps a little better. It's still a little rebellious.
You never... You're from the outskirts, yes?
Correct.
I didn't see you during the combat class, so you don't... have much experience?
Indeed. I was only in survival, in general knowledge.
In that case, I'll begin teaching you the basics if you don't think you can gain much else out of your aspect currently.
That would be appreciated.
How much experience do you have throwing a punch?
Physically, I'm weak.
That's not
But
what I asked.
up till now, it's
Do you know how to throw a
punch.
punch?
One could say I'm proficient among the ranks.
Do you want to give an example? He'll stand up. Take a half step forwards towards you.
Yeah, so do you want me to just roll an attack roll?
Sure thing.
Okay. Oh. I was totally expecting to get like a 2.
Yeah, as you go to throw this punch, calling on all of your very minimalistic experience, your foot accidentally slips in the mud as the rain has begun to soak into the ground again. Giving more weight behind your punch than even you expected. Do you want to roll
Whoops.
damage just for the hell of it?
1.
It's not going to do any damage to her, but...
Look, healing fist.
She doesn't even really bother to catch your blow, as it doesn't. More weight behind your punch than you expected isn't saying much, considering there is not much weight to put behind it.
Indeed.
It could be worse. I think you know the basics. Your current 2 weapons are those fists you have, and the jarred ones, and that dagger, correct?
Yes.
Considering the dagger doesn't exactly have a cutting edge, it's basically the same to use both of them. It's akin to throwing a punch, at least.
Like jousting.
Yeah, sure.
Where's my lance?
She'll teach you the basics of throwing a punch, which are not too dissimilar from the basics of like, cutting. But luckily, you don't have to go through the extra steps of cutting. You just have to fucking move body in the correct direction to hit something. Which is considerably easier to learn than anything else you have ever had to learn. Giving me a athletics or acrobatics to see how well you take to this.
Do you think I can take things well?
You... You'll need work, but... I'm sure you can... hammer it down. As she'll take some time to teach you the basics before, you go to sleep. She takes first watch, and then you'll take the second watch.
Okay. You know what they say? Practice makes better.
Yeah.
Except in the cases when it doesn't. Because it does happen.
Yeah, 90% of it is just doing the same thing again and again and getting your body used to doing motions. It's because she's not trying to teach you everything there is, she's literally just trying to teach you the basics. Effectively, she's teaching you how to throw a straight punch and nothing else. Which is considerably easier to learn than any other thing you could possibly learn. Footwork be damned, you just have to fucking move your body.
Shift, hip, boom.
Shift your weight the teensiest bit, and you'll probably be able to not fall on your ass.
Shift 9 pounds over. Boom.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to give me that porcupine spine and charisma again?
Sure.
Also-
Porcupine spine.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. That means it's gonna be... That means this charisma is probably gonna be fairly high. Yeah.
Bro.
Called it.
You convince it to keep dodging, although it doesn't seem like it needs much convincing for some reason, as you are unable to get a clean hit on this thing once, on the orb. The most you do is like skim it twice. Which isn't aided by the fact that you're not exactly set in quite yet on how to actually move body.
Right.
As you are left to basically hammer in the basics to yourself as much as you can.
You know what, though? That performance from the ball earns it a pat on the head. After we're done.
Yeah, when you pat it on the head, it sinks a few feet lower. A few inches lower, not feet, for fuck's sake. Then why I said feet.
Runs.
Ah, damn it, I got feet on the mind again. Anyways.
Is that a common occurrence for you?
No.
Hmm.
Not considerably.
Could be a fetish.
No. I know what I'm into and it ain't feet. Anyways. Away from this, shut the fuck up. Away from this horrid topic. Although, the next little bit, you are given a bit of instruction by Mahina, as throughout the day she seems to return back every so often. But she doesn't take you to another spot quite yet. As a bit past midday, she will begin to take you to another spot. I think we may cut to the boys for now, who are fucked up. You guys are still
The
on the map, so I
boys.
can just... Hello, the boys.
Yeah. I forgot how little help we had.
Yeah, no, you guys got fucked up. Double check what this one is. Ominous. That one. I'll put that on for now. You know, it's technically night currently.
Yep.
As the boar, as the roots have fully disappeared at this point, is dead on the shrooms as it has fallen down here.
Mm-hmm.
It has stopped resisting.
Mm-hmm.
Scadus got a memory from it.
Nice.
Name pending, but I know what it is and what it does.
Mm-hmm.
And Vinland,
Good on
you had to patch him up a fuck ton. He is fucked up.
Yeah, I'm aware. I'm pulling this for a while. Yeah. So after I would be finishing patching up Vinland, and probably tell him to just get some rest,
I don't know what I think I invited you to a server, PJ, ignore that.
Yeah, I just saw the message and I was like, Potato, is it gonna say me something important right now?
No, I just accidentally I meant to turn you down, and then I was clicking off of your, profile, and I accidentally just fucking, homed in on the invite to server thing just before I went off.
Listen, I might join that server, we'll see what happens. Anyway, I
Don't.
rest well, Vinland, basically, I'd say to him. Don't overwork yourself. We'll see what we can do tomorrow as I, probably lean him against the wall a little bit so, it's not as, strenuous, realistically. And also that way, I don't want to leave him on the ground because,
Yeah.
it's probably broken a little bit, and it'll just be difficult for him
Mhm.
to defend himself if something comes in. I'm gonna make my way and,
Making my way.
make my way downtown. My Scad is Scad, do you mind assisting me with the, boy? I don't feel as great as I usually do, but help is always appreciated.
Sure.
I'm gonna start carving this motherfucker up to get, the shit we need, basically.
Mhm.
Food, health, fitty.
It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Because you basically have to take from, you have to use your, only actual weapon memory,
Weapon. Yep.
and take it from that original, weak point. But as you pull away from it, it seems it's considerably easier than just trying to dig in without going from that point, Yeah. It's like ripping Velcro.
Okay. That's a great sensation. I'll go what it says.
Both sound
Double
and
survival. Yeah. Did we get advantage? Or because of,
yeah,
everything is
Scad's
happening?
giving it advantage.
Whoppa. That's 20.
Well, good thing you had advantage. Yeah.
Mm.
I'm gonna use something funny to keep track of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get basically 3 big blobs of meat, which will cover both, each big blob of meat will cover one of you for 3 days, about.
Okay.
If you scavenge, it out.
Yeah.
Ow.
I'm also trying to get some pouch stuff, so basically I can easily carry Vinland around, basically,
Yeah. It's not too hard to do that. The hardest part is just making sure that it doesn't rip.
Yeah.
As it's like tearing at paper,
Mhm.
Where if you're not careful, it'll just immediately rip off of, like, the angle that you want it to, and just fuck up the entire thing, because you're trying to get, like, a square or a rectangle of it.
Yeah.
And it is just... It's not the... It's not nice, to put it lightly.
Yeah. So I am on the spectrum. I was like, oh great, paper tearing. I love that. I love that feeling of like, God, I am on the spectrum. Sorry.
Welcome to the rest of your life.
But yeah, I'll continue to do that, and then try to get some measurement of sleep, basically, after the fact.
And Vinland will take the hide from you and begin basically just removing the skin from it,
Mm-hmm.
so that way it can actually be
Good.
used and hopefully preserved to a decent measure. Not the
Mhm.
skin, the membrane. Which is a part of the
Yeah.
skin, but it's...
Yeah.
If any of you have ever cleaned hide before, you know what I'm talking about.
That's probably all I'm gonna basically do with the Borg right now.
Before you go to sleep, he will ask a question to the room, as I just
Mhm.
zoom out to see the fucking big empty space.
Yeah. I'm gonna call it back to him, you know?
We have to continue moving, but
Mm-hmm.
there are two options. I'd rather go with the first one, but there's of course the obvious option of one of you carries me. We went over that last time.
Mm-hmm.
As he looks to you, Clyde, because Scad said not it.
Yes, I'm aware. It was not even gonna be a question, really. He nods.
Or
Fine.
one or both of you leave me here, go out, in an attempt to find another place to stay, and then come back. Either way, we'd be taking a considerable amount of risk and time. It's just
Mm-hmm.
who's taking the risk.
Good. Any thoughts on this?
I can take the risk, but it would have to be at night.
If you go out there at night, you won't know where the trees turn up during the day.
You will also be unable to see in the night.
Speak for yourself on that one.
It's like, oh, okay, all right, good to know. Good to know. Good to know then. Well, I think it's at the very least right now. If we are going, if Clyde stops, hesitates for a minute when he said he's speaking. He's like,
We
I would
could,
prefer, yeah, if we were to you would just search out by yourself, that you would do it in the morning where it's
if Scad,
safer.
he could do it towards the night, and if he finds a location, he can report back to us. And that way, during the day, we know which direction to go into. We'll
Might
travel
be a-
faster without the maze in the way.
May not be a horrible idea. Are you up for this, Gad?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then,
If you're
let you know.
fine from the fight, I'd suggest we start as soon as possible.
Agreed.
Less time we have to spend out here, the better.
I'll go over to the mouth of the cave and take a look outside, see how bad it looks out there.
It's raining heavily, which limits vision to a certain amount, but you can still see farther than anyone can hear. Doesn't seem to be any birds nearby as far as you can tell. Other than that, nothing really specific that you can notice.
I can tell direction, right?
You can... Relative to this, you can tell direction. As long as you don't get into, like... You know, as long as you don't get everything mixed up, or you roll high enough if you do get everything mixed up, like if you get into a fight or something. You can tell direction relative to here. Relative to here.
Alright. So, we know which direction we're going?
Up.
Then I'll go.
Cool. Do you mind giving me a stealth with advantage, please? Wow. Good thing you had advantage. And do you mind giving me, just something to basically search and look around, while you're moving? Survival, perception, investigation are the main three.
Damn it. I didn't find anything.
Well,
Wait, I do have a rollover, what you call it?
You have a fate point.
Yes.
If you would like to use that, you can. Do you know how that
Yeah,
works?
So I'll roll another...
Roll 1d10.
Oh, 1d10, you said?
Yes.
mm-hmm. So good.
There's an
Make sure to
18
check.
total.
Oh,
Because it's how fate points works, it rolls a d10, and then basically, you know, a 1 on the d10 is 11, up until a 10 on the d10 is a 20. And you add your skill to it, which means it is an 18. So, as you're looking around, you have to go out. You'd have to go out quite a distance to see specifics. I'm having a check. Yeah. You'd have to go quite far out to see specifics, but like quite far out to the point where it would probably turn to day. But you do notice far in the distance, through the ever so often of lightning and otherwise, seemingly a block of constant darkness, which tells that there is something there that is big enough to stop the light, and that presumably won't go away during the day. Other than that, you can't find any holes or anything like that to find your way. You do see that thing far into the distance. It's hard to tell exact distance at the night, but especially with the rain, but you can tell it is quite a ways away.
Okay, so I'll turn around and come back. Um, Let me relay that to the guys.
Yep.
When I get back.
By the time you come back, it's already been halfway through the night, meaning it's almost your turn to keep. It's almost your fucking words.
It's time to keep watch.
It's almost your
Keep
turn to
watch,
keep
yeah.
watch. Which doesn't give you much time to sleep.
That's okay. I'll sleep when we get to the next spot.
Hey Clyde, do you wanna regain? I think it's one hit
Hit
point.
point?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's one hit
one
point for you.
Yeah, it is, because I
Suck
got a
ass.
negative 1.
Checking Vinland, I believe. Vinland gets back 2 hit points. Why is it not connected?
But his legs go back, right?
They weren't cut off, they were just broken.
I know, I'm aware.
I'll only regain 1 hit point, I think, because he needs to... You know what? No, he probably will regain 0 hit points because he needs to heal. Other man needs health. For his legs, for his broken fucking bones.
His broken leg and his arm.
Yeah, broken leg, broken arm. The other ones are fractured.
I'm sure lots of a factory with him, realistically.
He's not doing great. Because he, again, would have died if, would have, should have, but he didn't, because I gifted him the power of life, at the cost of being fucking useless for a while.
Listen, I'm glad I don't have to yell at him, basically.
I'm
Literally why I asked-
sorry!
Literally didn't want to ask the question last session. I was like, how is he... Is he gonna be okay? Or do I just... You know...
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
As Scad reports what he saw.
He
He saw, she saw, she saw,
takes all. We all saw now.
she saw.
We all know.
As eventually the day will come with Scad barely getting much sleep. As the rumbling begins of the trees regrowing.
Yep.
Clyde, you carrying Vinland?
Yeah. That's why I fucking got the fucking I cut the fucking
Yep.
so it can be easy to carry him basically, so he's not burning basically.
Yeah.
Any more than he already is.
By the time daytime comes, he's basically punctured like holes in this so that, and like he made this into like a full thing where you can actually like tie it up and tie him to your back. He's made, it's like, I don't know why my brain's having a hard time describing this. He's basically made this like a fucking almost a rucksack. A baby Bjorn, if you would.
He Bjorn, but in the back, not the front.
Yeah, exactly.
So
As you-
the adult Bjorn.
Due to the fact that you two are about the same height, if not him being taller, it's uncomfortable to put it lightly.
I'm aware it's not good, you know, but also I'm not gonna see my plan in case something bad happens, you know.
Yeah.
Listen. So I am going to collect a few mushrooms.
There's these blue and black, like basically they glow, like they're very glow blue and have like a bit of black on them. Mushrooms, and then there's also mushrooms on the boar. On its back. You couldn't see it before as there weren't many of them. And it was, again, it's basically, it's like they were basically brushing against the roots constantly. Yeah, as it also has mushrooms if you want to grab some. They are a
Mm,
much
yeah,
darker black with, and they don't glow, but they have a bluish, a purplish like hue to them.
So then I will collect one, but not touch it.
Mhm.
Go to the other one. Go, go. Sorry, fella cat.
Yeah.
Apologies, but yeah, yeah.
Scad, do you want to give a survival, please? With advantage, I'll give it to you. You rolled good enough perception.
You know, I was just thinking like fucking Kronk from Emperor's New Groove with like Yzma like on the back, and that's what I was picturing right now, basically with
Yeah, yeah.
with Clyde and Vinland.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Clyde, what are you doing while Scad's guiding the relative way towards this place?
Um, I'm going to do my best to keep an eye out because for the one
Perception.
time I'm not leading, I'm gonna just try and keep an eye out for
Yep.
shit
Your
following
perception
us,
with advantage is Vinland will give the help action.
Yep, yep. Thank you, Vinland. That's an 8 potato.
Rolled like shit.
Or mine too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Vinland has the same fucking bonus. No, his wisdom's actually better than yours.
Oh, well then, we'll make him roll next time.
He also has proficiency in perception.
Oh, then I'm keeping an eye out. Like, nothing to see here. He's like that right there. Like, oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He can't really help much as he can't move around
Behind
much,
you.
so his field of view is way limited.
Yeah.
He still sees more than you by 5 entire points.
I'm aware, potato. I'm aware.
Mhm.
But yeah.
You don't see it coming when it attacks. No.
Animation attacks.
As you guys begin heading towards that point, gonna cut back to the girls.
The girl.
The girl.
Just
The girl!
wanna have fun.
As it takes you a while to after Mahina comes and gets you and actually begins taking you to this other place, it takes you a while to reach there. But you eventually do. As you reach it coming from the side, it seems smaller at first. As you reach a bit of a clearing, seems to be, you're not quite sure what it's made out of, some form of stone. But it seems to be a large monument with covered in a bit of ivy and moss. In the middle of this clearing, which is, it's a big monument. It's maybe a good like 20-30 feet tall, which isn't much compared to the trees, but it is a lot compared to the yews. As you can see multiple different directions other than the one that you came from, as Mahina will lead you to seemingly a hole that is beneath it. There's writing on the monument, but other than the fact that they seem to be names, there's not much else apart from that. As doesn't have a, as you'd expect from most monuments, he doesn't have a why or who these people are, just a list of names. we'll use this to try and find our next way forwards. Seems probably noticed, but things are a bit more distant around here, so had a hard time finding a proper way forwards.
Mhm.
Mahina will take off for the last few hours of the day before coming back. She's not gone very long. And she's begins searching the other nearby entrances. I don't know why I said entrances. Oh my god.
When the circumstances of life regress you.
Yep. Not much happens throughout the time, as eventually Mahina I say eventually. As the next morning starts, she takes you to another hole that she mentioned previously. You guys begin your way through. And compared to where you were coming from, the holes around this area seem to be a little bit, burrows seem to be a little bit closer together compared to the path you were taking, but that's not saying much, as very quickly they begin to distance themselves again.
Hmm. Makes you wonder if you're slowly entering or leaving a sub-region.
Ethelblair. Yep. Clyde, Scad, and Vinland.
Mm-hmm.
You guys begin moving. Scad has a pretty good handle on what, at least general direction this thing is in, and so you guys manage to haul ass through here.
Mm-hmm.
You notice every so often that there are what looks like it could be a burrow, or would have been, or should have been. However, it seems to have been
Mhm.
filled in. There are some times where you find burrows that are, instead of filled in with dirt or just barely dug out enough for where you could go in, but it wouldn't hide you from anything.
Yeah.
But sometimes they're filled with roots from the trees, and other times you just find a dead mink body covering the way, as there are burrows around here, but all of them are not in a situation where you would be able to actually rest in them, at least comfortably.
Mm-hmm.
It takes you almost the entire day to reach the point where you are currently heading to.
Mhm.
as throughout this day you have ran. Clyde and Scad, do you guys mind giving me a Constitution, please? Saving throw.
Would I have disadvantage since I'm carrying 2 people?
What's your strength?
0. It's 10.
No.
Okay.
You don't have a negative strength. I'm not giving you. Vinland doesn't weigh that much.
I thought you were armor, so my brain was thinking he's heavy.
No, as you feel it, although it doesn't look like it, because his armor looks like a Roman gladiator thing, it looks metal, it feels like leather.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Alright, well, let's see. Good enough.
Yeah.
8.
8. Oh. Scad, do you mind giving
You said
one sec?
Constitution?
Saving throw? Yes, please.
Clyde with the nat 20.
I got the piece. 8.
You guys are, especially Scad, as he is already tired from not getting much sleep, beyond tired by the time you get to this location.
Mhm.
As you have, compared to where you would have in previous days, you have traveled 3 or 4 times as far as you have on your largest trek, and from your, which wasn't even that long ago. It was literally yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And you have in this day traveled farther than you did that day.
Goddamn.
As you reach here, maybe under an hour from Sunset
Mhm.
Boulevard.
Alright.
You see, it's gargantuan. Beyond gargantuan. Ginormous, if you will. It's... At night, it was hard to tell the distance from this thing. Scad, you definitely didn't expect it to be as far as it turned out to be. But by the point that you considered turning back, it was already a bit too late and you were a bit too committed. You see the giant skeletal remains of what looks to be a bird or bird-like creature. So large, in fact, that although it is partially curled up on itself, you can't see its other right wings. You can only see its left wing currently, without any feathers or anything. You can guesstimate that one of this thing's feathers would have been at least as tall as one of you. It is,
Okay.
to put it lightly, gigantic. You can also see parts of it, not all of it, most of it is pure bone, not even muscle or tendon. This thing has been dead a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But you see some certain small parts of it, almost like a mirage, like a shimmer over it. Although it would be more similar in visual look to something I don't think either of you have actually seen in character. It looks like chromatic aberration.
Hmm.
Like a fucked up image that not
Okay.
had the best exposure
Mm.
when it was taken. It's those parts, they shimmer and disappear as it shifts over part of it. But this thing is gigantic enough that it is not very hard if you would like to try and find somewhere to hide in it, to hide in it. It has more than enough room for you and, no doubt, possibly countless other creatures to hide within its embrace.
Yippee. Yeah, we're gonna try and follow, find a place, you know? We don't got much choice, really.
True.
Yeah.
Please give me a... Please give me a stealth. I would like one of you to give me a stealth, please, to try and find the best place to hide away in this thing.
Yeah, my boy, my pal, my buddy.
I got it.
He, in fact, did not got it.
Listen, he's got better than me, probably.
Why, do you want to also roll a stealth considering you didn't give him the help action like a dumbass?
Ah, that's entirely able to. Totally fair. Yeah. It's 3.
He did get better than you.
I had a feeling. What?
Still in awe of the size of the place.
Yeah.
It's like fucking huge.
There are 3 places that you can find where you might be able to hide, which is under the remains of its left wing, which is... The feathers in some parts have almost been replaced. It doesn't have feathers, obviously, but where there would have been feathers has almost been replaced with ivy and similar other plants that has created a kind of structure to cover it. Within its skull, in an eye socket or otherwise, or within its spine, up towards the part of its spine that you'd be able to get into. You would basically have to climb up the wing to get over to it. Notably as well, as you go around this thing, you do notice that if it does have much of another wing of its right wing, whatever is left of it, is basically almost entirely dug into and probably deep below the ground. Okay. 3 places. Where do you want to hide? Where do you want to go? Wing, skull, spine.
I'll look to Scad, because I assume he's probably the one to point out most of these shit, realistically.
I think the best spot would be the skull. If anything, get a better view of our surroundings.
Fair enough. Anything with like that? I looked at Villain on my back. Any objections? I don't have much, really.
I'm not opposed to the skull, although the spine might be good as well, at least if you'd be willing to carry me up there. I can't exactly take myself.
I am not the most dexterous person, so I would prefer not to put either one of us in harm's way.
Very well.
Ways right now, especially.
Skull it
How far
is.
You head to the skull?
It's not hard with both of your help to fucking shove Vinland up a bit above you to where he can, you know,
Use his hands. Climb in.
yeah, use his hands, climb in, effective enough for. You make it into one of this thing's eye sockets. It would be the left one, which is a bit farther off of the ground than the right.
Makes sense.
Yep. The socket is large. It's about it's about as big as most of the other burrows you've been in. Not the one that's currently on the map, this fucking gigantic one.
Yeah.
But it's about as big as most of the other ones you've been in, which is around that much in total area. If not a bit bigger, due to the fact that it is relatively spherical. I say relatively, as there seems to have been some amount of dirt that has settled in the bottom of this, making it less of a nuisance to actually rest in.
But dude.
Yeah.
I do want to make like a survival or investigation, whatever would make more sense, to see if anything has made this like its nest. Is there any bones? Is there any like?
You
Anything
don't need
basically
to
this
roll,
little-
you do not see any of that here.
Okay, make sure.
As you're looking around, you do notice, though, that there is seemingly a little, almost pond of water that takes up about a fourth, a third of this thing's, of the area here,
Okay.
within this thing's eye socket. As seemingly water can drip through a giant crack that you can see. Giant, but almost hairline.
Mhm.
It's barely thick enough to stick like your nail into. But it seems to be enough to
Alright.
get water down to create this little puddle. It's deeper than a puddle, but this little puddle.
I'll pick up my pots in my pants and put it underneath there so we can collect water while it rains, realistically.
Mm-hmm. And look, it's an orb.
Orb
The orb.
under the orb. I'll make sure to sit down Vinland, gently.
Mm.
Probably, facing, facing towards the hole, to the
Mhm.
the outside.
I mean, in cool, back.
Yeah.